Good morning, my awesome students. It's Mrs. Wenning, and it is Friday. Yay! I forgot yesterday when we had class that I have a meeting in Decatur at Region 8, which is actually Mr. Wenning's office, but it's with some of the state people who are going to talk to me about how to help you do really well on the ECA and ISTEP Plus that's coming up this year. So I was so bummed when we were talking about it and I realized I wasn't going to be with you this morning because I was really proud of our thinking and conversations yesterday and wanted to carry that on today. So we can at least carry on our thinking today and then really have a good conversation about it on Monday. So today our learning targets are, I can understand how fiction, which is essentially a lie, it's not true, right? It's not real, can be telling the truth, and explain my thoughts in a Canvas assignment. So you're going to watch this video by Mac Barnett. It is so funny. I love this video. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But it really talks about where the truth lies in fiction. And when we talk about satire, like we talked about Modest Proposal yesterday, where does the truth lie? You know, where is the truth? Sorry, where does the truth live? I shouldn't say lie. Where does the truth live? And so in the Modest Proposal, we know that there was truth in there because it brought to light the oppression of the Irish people by the British. There was truth in there, even though it was totally made up. Just like in Huckleberry Finn, we're going to find truth even though it's a story that's totally made up. And it's a truth, it's exposing a truth that has to do with the oppression of others. So while this is not about the oppression of others, it is about why a good book is a secret door. And I would say why a good book is a secret door to the truth. And so please enjoy that. Take notes on that. There are a couple of really great quotes you may want to write down. And just, what is his overall message? And then we're going to watch this video. Part of the reason that Huckleberry Finn is so controversial is that it has the N-word in it over 200 times. And that's not that is not an accident. That is, Mark Twain intentionally wrote this novel. So we'll have to figure out, why is it in there so many times? What is his real message with that? But before we do that, I wanted you to see both sides of the controversy about the N-word in the book. And I wanted to share with you just a little story about myself and the N-word, and you'll see where I fall on this controversy as far as being your teacher and saying it in class. When I was a little girl, my mom and dad taught me as we grew up, what curse words were. And eventually I learned that the N-word was a word that was worse than any other curse word, that it was the most horrible word in our language, just along with any other racial slur. So in my heart, that is not a word that I utter. And that goes back to my childhood. That would not be something I ever say, even if it's in a book. And because it makes me so uncomfortable and is so hurtful, even though it's not about me. And I know I really can't understand the total hurt of that word. I just know that for me to say it is, it would be painful. So when we read the book and I'm reading in class, I don't say it out loud. I would say the N-word. And I just wanted you to know why, because that's how I grew up. Now, do some people read it and use that word because they feel like it keeps the integrity of the book? Yes. And we're going to look at that, and that's a choice that you are going to have to make as an individual in our class, what you think about it. So you're going to watch these two videos. There is a Canvas assignment at the bottom, and I want you to reflect on those videos. today. Your substitute teacher will be giving you the book Huckleberry Finn. And I would like for you to read chapters 1 and 2. And I want you to be prepared to discuss your understanding on Tuesday. I want you to be able to talk to me about what it means, what's happening, and where you think the story is going to go. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I really want you to read these chapters. I know sometimes we get out of the habit of that, but let's start off strong and read them. And they might be hard for you because the dialect is different. It sounds weird. It's new. Just get through it. And I can explain more and we can talk about it more on Monday. So thank you guys so much for listening to this. You can now move on to the Mac Barnett video. I would go ahead and have you take out your notes, your satire notes from yesterday, and continue on with these 2 pieces. Also, just to recap on our learning targets, the first one we talked about, I can understand how fiction, a lie, can be telling the truth and explain my thoughts in a Canvas assignment. And then our second one is I can understand both sides of the Huckleberry Finn controversy and explain my own position on the issue in a Canvas assignment. So that's your goal. That Canvas assignment is really going to be my way of seeing how much you engaged in these topics, and I cannot wait to talk about it on Monday. So I am missing you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and it's not Monday. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'll see you Tuesday. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. Thanks. Bye.